Welcome to Becoming Saiyans.
A Dragon Ball rewatch podcast.
And we're back. I'm Truman.
And I'm Jesse.
And this is Becoming Saiyans, a Dragon Ball rewatch podcast. On today's episode, we watched episodes 84 and 85 of Dragon Ball titled Rivals and Arrivals and Preliminary Peril. Rivals and Arrivals came out in October 21st, 1987 in Japan, and in America, December 5th, 2002, whereas Preliminary Peril came out on October 28th, 87, and December 6th, 2002. Jumping into some differences from the manga and trivia, the Goku swimming to Papaya Island and his encounter with the ship isn't in the manga. The actual scene of the group buckling their seatbelts isn't shown in the manga. The scene of Goku being attacked by the tigers isn't in the manga. In the manga, upon seeing Goku's new height, he tells them that he's grown a bit too. In the anime, he thinks this to himself. In the manga, the tournament's events and happenings all occur on the exact same day. The anime will stretch this out, so the tournament takes place over 4 days. The group goes to the restaurant that they went to celebrate after the last tournament. Roshi has to tell the manager to wait a few days so he can get the prize money. Afterward, they check into a hotel, play a game of cards, all that stuff. That's all added, from what it seems. Trivia is in the manga and the original Japanese version. Launch is tense while flying in the plane because she feels the need to hijack it. Where in the Funimation dub, she's angry Jackie Chung is mentioned. This change was made to not affect the victims of the 9/11 terrorist hijackings. Sounds like a good choice, seeing how this came out a year after it happened.
Yep.
As a result of the above change, Roshi's request to the stewardess has changed from him having to use the bathroom to wanting to leave the plane in case Launch just finds out about his identity. Later on, his reference to being in the airport bathroom was downplayed in the English dub. When he returns from signing up as Jackie Chung, another bathroom-related excuse is removed. This happens a 4th time later on. Launch muses about the prize money in the Japanese version and wonders if she should enter too, only for Turtle to tell her that weapons aren't allowed. The English dub changes this about her being bored about having to watch a fight with all those rules. Yamcha and Krillin wore their respective the Orin Temple and Desert Bandit uniforms last time during a scene when the two trained at night before the tournament. They put on their OG outfits, which I thought was cool. Goku returns to wearing the Turtles school uniform at the end of the episode, and the Tigers disregarding Goku, giving them fruit may be a reference to how Tiger Thief declined Chow's offering of rice balls. Maybe. Or it could just be that tigers are carnivores. That could be the easier answer in my opinion, but
I mean, I think you're they're really stretching on that factoid.
Yeah. Despite the anime making it clear that non-participants are forbidden from watching preliminaries, Shin can be seen watching in the monk's opening speech with Tien and Shiatsu, which is that's literally he just broke the rules. He's just standing there.
Who's going to tell him no, apparently?
Yeah. One of the fighters, which I think we pointed out, looked like Nam. And there's a bear wrestler who looks like the bear karate fighter that Krillin defeated in the prelims last round. In the Funimation dub, Puar's line that says, "Hey, where's Master Roshi?" is performed by a different actor or actress. The old tournament monk is recast from Zane. Actors changes of the trivia there. Differences from the manga Preliminary Peril is the referee's opening announcement isn't in the manga. Krillin is fighter 62 in the anime while being 71 in the manga. Tien and Shatsu recognizing Goku is an anime exclusive because that anime episode was filler. Goku remembering them is also, because again, same reason. That whole interaction where they're like him, them, is all just completely added because they didn't meet each other until just now. Bulma worrying about how the boys will do isn't in the manga. Shin does come along and try to hit on them. That is part of it, and he does catch the bullets, but she just doesn't say that one line. Fighter 2 breaking boards is not in the manga. Anton the Great's name and background are not mentioned in the manga. Krillin is shown to be a little bit intimidated, but here he doesn't show any fear. Krillin and Anton's fight is actually longer in the anime. That's a longer fight, which I guess is probably the struggling is probably adding in the whole thing before I became a fighter, I thought I might be an actor. Did you like my acting?
Yeah, that seems to probably be the most likely case.
The Crain students face off with the Turtle students is a little bit longer in the anime. They add a little bit extra in there. The Kempo user insulting the sumo wrestler and his beating is not in the manga. That's like the whole, like, you're too fat to fight, blah, 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 and he, like, punches him into the wall.
Yeah.
Or smacks him. He doesn't even, like, punch him. He's an open hand pushed him into the wall. Trivia. Random participants in the preliminary round can be seen outside the ring, including a fighter who looks like a muscular Dr. Brief. I did not catch that. But the wrestling champ Krillin fights has a face that's similar to Bandage's the Mummy. Mm-hmm. I did notice that one. The guy who taunts the sumo wrestler looks a little bit like Mercenary Tao, but with a bald head and no facial hair. That one I did not see. The Mohawk fighter has a face that's identical to a character we'll meet later on in Dragon Ball Z. I also didn't catch that one. But there are some tournament fighters in this episode that are cameos. The participant that looks like Hulk Hogan. There's a Krillin's first opponent, Antoine the Great, which is Andre the Giant.
Which we pointed out.
Yeah. Apparently it's a cameo. Like, maybe he actually, like, voices it. That might be what
he
I
would
was
have
saying.
been alive at that time. So
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't say that here, but he does say it's a cameo, so I would think that's a chance that could be that.
Yeah, I feel like if you'd be like a reference if it wasn't. If it was like just a reference.
During Tien's standoff with Yamcha, a fighter that recognizes or that resembles Go Nagai's Devilman, not Spike, can be seen from behind. Yeah. When Jackie's assessing the sumo wrestler's ability, a fighter resembling Shin from the Fist of the North Star can be seen behind them. Krillin states that his parents were 6 feet tall after Chiatsu called him a midget and walked away. This is in the Funimation dub. In the Japanese, he had him insult Tien by calling him the most detestable under the heavens, a pun towards the Japanese name, you know. Contestants starting a fight is an official tournament during the tournament as grounds for disqualification, which has been shown up later. Yet no official reprimand the sumo wrestler for smacking him outside. I also thought that I was like, what are we doing? You literally just brought this up, and it's been a rule at both. So I was like, okay, at least the rules are following. But then that happens, and I'm like, what the heck?
I should also point out, Andre the Giant passed away in '93, so he would not. He definitely would not have
been voicing. It was just a cameo, of appearance.
It was an Easter egg, but they're calling them cameos.
Yeah. And as far as trivia, that's all we got. So previously on Dragon Ball, the race is on to get signed up for the tournament. Luckily for us, there's an airplane that exists, and so Roshi, Yamcha, Krillin, Puar, Turtle, Bulma, and Launch are all there ready, and 2 of those people sign up, while also, Roshi goes over and signs up his cousin, Jackie Chun, to be a part of the event.
Jackie Chun's back.
They're all stressing about Goku showing up in time when the Crain students show up. Tien and mystery person who does... Oh, we do actually learn his name. Chiatsu. We did learn his name. Tien, Shinhan, and Chiatsu sign up for the tournament.
We learn his name in
the second episode. Goku also shows up right at the buzzer, saving us from Manantic, where Puar has to pretend to be Goku. Even though that doesn't seem it would have came up in the situation. But Goku shows up in time wearing a loincloth from his adventures on the B plot of the beginning of this episode.
Which is where he beat a bunch of tigers.
Goku's plot is he's speed racing through the water to get to this island. He ends up on the other side of the island against some tigers after he's getting some fruit, looked like a honeydew maybe, or a cantaloupe. It wasn't a coconut because it was orange on the inside.
I'm just going to assume because it's Papaya Island. It might have been supposed to be papayas.
Tigers weren't interested. Goku presumably killed them and skinned them alive to make an outfit for himself and sped off towards the tournament. After that, we kind of just take a little break. We get to watch them relax, eat some food, play some cards, doing what they need to do. Yeah, it could be a papaya. Jesse just showed me a picture of them. Moving into the next episode, we have Goku and everybody getting their lots drawn for the tournament and the beginning of the preliminary rounds where we watch Yamcha knock out somebody in one punch. We watch Krillin throw somebody out of the ring. We have a little bit of a scuffle between Tien, Chiatsu, and the gang. And then we see Tien absolutely pulverize. We found out it was 4 punches and 3 kicks.
Yes.
In like a nanosecond of time.
Yeah, it seems like the only people who could have seen that would have been people on Goku and their level, which would be like, as we know of in this hall, would have been Chiatsu, Tien, because we're assuming Chiatsu's on that level.
Yeah.
and then Chun, Goku, and them.
And
Goku,
Krillin, and Jackie Chun. And then right before Goku's turn starts, we get left on a cliffhanger where he's fighting the strongest person in the world,
King Choppa.
King Choppa, who had never last time he participated in the tournament, never had a punch landed upon him.
And obviously you want it at that point. And
that's where the episode leaves off. So that's what you missed on Dragon Ball. Jesse, go for it.
I love a tournament arc. I think we discussed this the last tournament arc. We both love a tournament arc. We are suckers for tournament arcs. Call us basic little white boys watching anime, but we love watching people fight each other in a tournament situation. I think part of that comes from our background of like being big, especially American sports fans.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, look, the playoffs is when it gets real good. Like right now, NHL playoffs start soon. NBA playoffs technically tipped off a couple days ago because we're recording this as the play-in is happening still.
Yeah.
Like, we're getting to the playoffs of a lot of sports here. We love the playoffs. Playoffs are awesome. Tournament arcs are just playoffs, but bigger.
Yeah,
it's
tournament arcs are just playoffs, but with all of our fun characters and our fun outfits. You know?
So obviously we're gonna love them just by our background.
Before we get too far into this episode, Jesse, I have something I need to tell the audience.
Yes.
And that is, happy birthday, Jesse!
Yeah.
As we're recording this, Jesse's birthday was 2 days ago, but as you guys watch this, it'll be 3 weeks and 2 days ago. So, but happy birthday, happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Jesse, you know what's funnier than 24?
25.
25.
I am 25 years old.
Yeah, so, anyways, I just wanted to get that out of the way during the beginning of this episode before we got too far in.
I realized when we recorded, because we passed your birthday, I completely forgot to wish you happy birthday on the podcast.
Yeah, I know, it's real rude. That
I didn't even think about because
we also had a lot going on around my birthday.
Yeah, your birthday was for reference. Truman's birthday was around the time where we had the really emotional episodes. So,
we had the ones where we had my friend pass away in real life. Our mom went missing. All of that.
Sherman had a pretty depressive birthday compared to my birthday, which hasn't been too depressing.
Better be knocking on the wood table we're recording on right now.
And then 2 days after recording this will be our mom's birthday.
Yep. And so but that was just a little sidebar there. Let you get back to your thoughts. I just had to throw that in there real quick.
Yeah. Like I love me a tournament arc, and so far, the only thing I would have wished for from this episode was being able to watch Goku's fight. Yeah. And I obviously, like, as it starts to like get into it, we learn who he's fighting. I'm like, okay, they're obviously gonna leave this on a cliffhanger. Yeah. And there it goes. I'm like, there's a cliffhanger.
Yeah. And the funniest part is gonna be when the cliffhanger is paid off in the first 2 seconds when Goku smacks him 57 times and throws him upside down out of the ring in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, obviously we're just skipping to a quick prediction that Goku's fight is not going to make it beyond like 15 seconds of the show of the episode actually starting next week. Yeah, like skipping the recap and obviously the opening sequence. Like Goku's going to probably 2-hit this man at most.
Yeah, I can definitely see that coming. Like, there's no way they're going to leave on, like, they're not going to waste half of an episode of a tournament saga on Goku fighting one person when we're not even to the, like, once we get to the semis and the quarters and stuff, like, then they'll start doing more of that, but not here.
Yeah. It's also just, like, it's a great way to showcase how much stronger Goku has gotten in the last 3 years. Because everyone's like, oh, God, I wonder how much Goku's gotten stronger. I wonder how Goku is. And it's like, oh, he's going up against the untouched champion of like a previous tournament.
After that because he's like, this is too easy for me.
Yeah, like they're facing off against this man. It's like, of course, Goku's just going to absolutely wipe the floor with him
and put everyone on notice.
Yeah,
that's like that. You can tell that's coming just because of the way like story works.
Just because of the way Goku, like, it's been this stuff has happened with Goku in the past. It's like, how is she going to beat this man? And it's like, unless it's like Jackie Chun in the championship bout, it's pretty easily actually.
Yeah.
Or what is it? Mercenary Tao. Where it's like, oh, he gets a rematch in like 4 episodes, if even that.
First thing I wanted to point out in these episodes was Goku's like insane speed while like swimming. Like he is bolting it. Like he catches up to a freighter and he has to slow down to talk to them because he's going so fast that he's just about to fly past them. They thought they were getting shot at by a torpedo.
Yeah. Like they took evasive actions because they thought they were about to die.
Yeah.
And it's like, nope, it's just a casual, just like 12-year-old swimming to the ocean.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, what are you doing down there? I just have a question real quick. Which way to Papaya Island? It's that way. Oh, thank you. Boom.
Was that mermaid?
Yeah, it's a pretty. That's a cold open for the episode too, because then right after that's when we get the Tournament Saga banner back.
I think it's a slightly different one because obviously it's a different tournament, like location and stuff. But it's nice to like just immediately like, okay, we're back. We got a nice. Well, how long was this saga? We said it was like 15, 16
something
episodes?
like that. It's a hefty one, and there's a lot. There's a lot in it.
So yeah, we're strapped in for some fun fighting for the next couple of weeks here on the podcast.
My next note was, Roshi, please, Roshi, no, Roshi, please, with the flight attendant. Yeah, I was like, oh god, they're setting this up.
I was thinking the same thing.
They were so Roshi's like acting uncomfortable, not want to put his seatbelt on, is being kind of crazy. We find out that there's a couple other things going on there, differences in animation and dubs and stuff. But like when we were watching it, I was like, please, Roshi, this is a perfect perv moment to put Roshi in, and please don't do it. Flight attendants are worth more than that, Roshi. Please, no. And it wasn't that. Which is very good, actually. I'm very happy with that. The restraint shown there was great.
Yeah. No idea what that was. That was a cat.
Yeah. But then we jump into the fun bit with Goku where he gets to the island. He's like, oh, I'm hungry. Let's go eat some food. Climbs up a tree. It seems to be papaya trees. I thought it could be a cantaloupe because the outside kind of looks like a cantaloupe, but papaya makes more sense. I don't even think cantaloupes grow in trees.
I literally wrote down in my my notes. I'm like, that's probably a papaya because I was like, well, it's Papaya Island, and I know papaya are like fruity things. I didn't know exactly how they grew or like what. But I distinctly remember, I think they were orange on the inside. He was biting something that was orange on the inside. Yeah. Just makes sense by the name of the island.
Yeah, that makes more sense. But to me, it looked like a cantaloupe.
I did think it was a cantaloupe, too. I was like, it's either a papaya or cantaloupe, because it's definitely not a coconut.
Yeah.
It's some sort of melon. I think a papaya is technically a melon, so...
And then then we jump ahead. We're doing all the Roshi, and then and then Goku. We cut away from Goku after he's like, "Oh no, these tigers! What do you guys want?" That's where we leave them.
And then they jump on top of them, and that's where you flash back to them, to Roshi and all of them landing at the airport, and everyone be like, "Man, Roshi couldn't wait to get off the plane. Now we can't even get him out of the airport." Yeah. And then it's like that's where he apparently comes back from the bathroom.
Yeah, where he went to, because the whole time he was begging to go to the bathroom. He was told no. It was supposed to be a potty humor joke there in the Japanese version, but they changed the dubbing for the for English version, and then they had to change the dubbing again because 9/11 happened. So,
well, I think the Japanese version I assume she does make a terrorism joke.
No, because
did I misinterpret?
I might have misread it, but I believe it was something different. Like it was pretty similar to what happened here, or that kind of thing. But I could be wrong. I might have misread it. But yeah. And then we go to them at the tournament registering, and it's we got to run into our Jackie Chun nonsense where Jackie Chun doesn't show up until the second he's needed. So Roshi has to pretend to be Jackie Chun so that Jackie can sign up. And I mean, that's a real cousin right there.
It's a real boy.
That's a real boy. I mean, nice to have your family looking out for you like that, making sure you can get signed up.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Yeah, that's why Roshi's the best character. Is because he signs up his cousin for these tournaments,
It allows us to ignore everything else.
Yeah. And, he also... The thing that makes Roshi kind of rough is that he's constantly having to go to the bathroom during the tournament, so he's never around to help with other stuff. That's one of the sad parts, is that Roshi also has bladder issues. But
bladder or colon issues.
Yeah, and then I kind of didn't write a whole lot here during the other parts, but this is the next thing I had was a second old man has hit the tower.
I was like, Crain, it's Shin.
Yeah.
And then Shin's a doo-doo head.
And then, we finally figure out that Tien, which Jesse during last week's episode said Tien is too cool of a name for that character. And I wanted to say so hard that, like, Jesse, you're not ready. You're not ready. Tien is... And I just let it go. I was like, oh, yeah, Jesse, maybe you're right. I don't know.
Yeah, I totally agree. You really just seem like Tien's too cool for... Tien is still too cool for that man, by the way. Let me reiterate this. That man should be called like I don't know, Greg.
And you couldn't see that, but I did an office cutaway gag where I cut to the camera looking like, giving him like you hear what this guy is saying. If you know, you know out there. Tien, yeah. If you know, you know.
No,
He's not there yet. But
I'll admit, Tien is actually like watching his fight, like him fight proper.
Yeah.
Like obviously, I'm just joshing about talking about like he doesn't deserve that name. Like obviously, he's built different.
Give me that. You give me your name tag, boy. You don't get that.
Yeah, like obviously he's built different, but it's just funny to be like, man, I'm gonna deserve it. Now, I will tell you who does deserve their name, and we're not quite there yet. What is Chiatsu?
Yeah.
Now that is a name for a little white faced midget.
Yeah.
Like a little white faced little person.
Chiatsu is a fun name to say. Like they're always paired up together too. Like later on, they're like when they inevitably stuff happens with them. It's like Tien's like, come on, Chiatsu, we gonna go train, and it's like they're like, no, Tien, you can go by yourself. Chiatsu's like, I want to hang out with the boys, and he's like, no, we gotta go train, Chiatsu. Let's go. Come on now, we gotta go train. Let's go. And then Krillin being mad that he's shorter than Goku now. That was a fun gag.
Yeah.
Because this is before the interaction where Chiatsu's great. We'll get there. But like where we're at now, Goku shows up and they're like, Goku, you've gotten taller, and he's like, I have, and he's just like a couple inches taller than Krillin. And Krillin's like, it's all freaking hair anyways.
No, again, I what I love about Chiatsu and Tien is like I recognize them. Like I know something about these characters, but at the same time, I don't know what that something is.
Yeah. These characters stick around for a while, but you don't know.
I know
what
they're
they
recurring.
Do.
But I don't remember, obviously if they're recurring in Dragon Ball, odds are they're recurring because Goku befriends them at the end. Yeah. And they become, allies. But I don't know what they help with.
Yeah,
I know they're there.
I don't know what you guys do. And I'm scared, but I recognize you.
It's like, I've definitely seen something, whether it's like a meme or just like a funny screenshot, where they're there.
Yeah.
Not from the original Dragon Ball.
They're around in Dragon Ball Z. I will go ahead and spoil it, Jesse. Tien and Chiatsu hang around after the saga is over. Yeah. They're not a one and done. They're not a nom.
You're telling me exactly what I already did.
Yeah. Jesse, don't worry. I will spoil this for you. They're more important than nom.
Hey, Nam is important. He
for one episode after the tournament saga.
Hey, he came back.
Yeah, but that's that's
better than we can say for Bacterian so far.
Yeah, we both thought during the preliminaries, we'll get there, but we both thought that giant was Bacterian.
Yeah, that was it.
I have a couple of notes for the first episode before we get there, though. Number one, Roshi thinking he's going to be able to steal the prize money from Jackie Chun after Jackie Chun wins the tournament is hilarious.
Jackie Chun probably doesn't need the money. So.
Yeah, but it's like, he's
Roshi's building a whole island paradise.
That's exactly.
We've theorized so far.
But he's like, my cousin Jackie will give me the money to pay this in a few days, which is just presuming that Jackie's going to win. It's either that or he's going to have to steal it from one of his pupils. It's the runner-up idea for what's going on.
Yeah. Gives him a lot of confidence in somebody around him, though.
My second note is, these are first of all, we find out it's the same island. That's the same restaurant they went to. The moments where they're playing cards was really nice and quaint. It's like the calm before the storm. It's like the last time we're hanging out with these guys as like a group all together because we got to split the group once the tournament starts.
While we're not actively competing against each other.
Yeah.
Which is always, it's nice. Like when you have a friend group like that. Because I know you go to Pokemon tournaments. You've been going to Pokemon tournaments recently.
Yeah.
And once you get a big enough friends group of that, if you all meet up at the same tournament, I'm sure you guys will have I'm sure you guys will have a dinner, and it's like, okay, now if we get paired up with each other, it's like do or die time.
Yeah, I actually do have a couple of friends that we missed each other on days we were going to be at tournaments because one of my friends is going to Indianapolis. That I'm not going to Indianapolis because I'm going to NAIC, and it's like, well, I can't go to NAIC because those tickets went out immediately. They were gone within 40 seconds. I'm not even kidding, guys. This tournament, it was if you didn't click the button the second the clock hit 9 o'clock and the registration opened, you missed. It was too late. You were too late. It was quite rough. But we're eventually once the next season starts, we're gonna all try to get back together and get to a tournament. So we're looking forward to that. probably another Midwest one when they come out. I'm hoping for St. Louis selfishly because that's close for me, and it's close enough for the other ones.
I would have to take a plane trip, basically.
Yeah.
But honestly, if it goes to St. Louis, you might be able to convince me if I have the capabilities.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it would be too hard for you to go. You'd only miss like the weekend, like on your days off, you'd miss like a Saturday and maybe not even Sunday if you wanted to push it. But
well, what I'm saying is like, if I had like the Switch 2 and everything.
Oh yeah, to actually compete, that would be great. I would love that. We're trying to get Jesse into competitive. I tried to get him to go to NASU with me, and number one, I don't think you would have made it. But number two, I don't think you wanted to.
Number one, I would have probably been asleep when the registration came out. But I feel like
it was 7 p.m. and then 9 a.m. So
okay.
But yeah, anyways.
I don't know what day it was, but
yeah. Anyway, side tangent off. My next note is Roshi, please no. They held back the first time. They had restraint. They had me having hope. And then Roshi goes for it this time. He walks in. But it's still perverted and bad, but it's less problematic because 3 years have passed. And we know canonically 3 years ago, Bulma was 17, meaning she's now 20. It doesn't make it not bad anymore, but it makes it less problematic.
Like, it technically, like, on a technicality, it is better. That doesn't necessarily mean it's okay, but it's not like go to jail worthy.
Yeah.
You're still going to get punched in the face, which I think he kind of does.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Especially because it's not just Bulma this time, it's Launch.
Yeah.
Which is like, oh, now you've got especially blonde Launch in Bulma. Yeah, you're getting absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, and for my last note for the episode was just that Goku's back in the regular outfit again. Woo! I'm so happy that we got back to it. Yeah, I didn't mind the purple outfit. It's reminiscent of a character who comes way later down the line that I really enjoy the purple outfit on. But it also is not Goku,
Like there's something just so right about Goku in the iconic orange outfit.
Yeah.
Even if you know anything about Goku, you recognize him with the hair. Even if you just know like adult from Z, you recognize him with the hair and the orange outfit. Like those are the two things you recognize him for.
Even in, like if you watch Super, the hair, purple or orange outfit,
Yeah.
The only one where that gets messed up is GT, where he wear the hair and blue outfit, which is crazy because he has like a sky blue outfit in that one for the whole time basically, and it's like, what the heck are we doing here? But that's beside the point.
Just something different.
Otherwise, you're just like, wait, why is he in a blue outfit?
Yeah.
Why is he? That's the whole. If you don't see Goku in the orange outfit, you're questioning why Goku is not in the orange outfit.
Yeah, if you don't
like
see
that's
him
how iconic and how entwined to him it is.
That's just him. That's just his character. And the other thing we find out is like, there's a funny joke about about like, dude, is that Jackie Chun?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I can't believe it. It's like, oh, they're selling autographed postcards in the lobby.
Jackie Chun is making a killing off of his likeness.
Yeah.
And he was NIL before NIL existed.
Yeah. And then the other thing that we find out at the very end of the first episode, before we start getting into the preliminary bouts, is there's 182 people entered in this fight.
Which is a pretty good tournament. Like, that's pretty good turnout for the world,
For like a world martial arts tournament where like, there's probably people who want to enter it, but they know they'd get like one shot easily.
Yeah.
By even people in like their own community, they're like, I can't even beat like John from down the street. Why the heck am I entering this to waste my time flying out to like this remote papaya island just to get day one?
I bet that Sky Dragon was going to be here if it wasn't for the episode where Sky Dragon got his butt handed to him by Goku.
Yeah.
And then Goku being like, I can't wait to participate in this tournament. He's like, well, I will not be going to this tournament.
Yeah.
It was nice knowing you guys. You guys go have fun. I'm going to stay home and train.
It's like for sports reference, like for like a recent sports reference. It's how everyone going into the NCAA tournament is like, it's the Arizona Invitational. It's just like, it's the Goku Invitational tournament.
Yeah.
It's like who line up to see who loses to Goku first.
Yep. And then I didn't really write a whole lot of notes for the first bit because it's kind of a rehash of, like, they tell us the rules of the tournament, which are the same rules as the last tournament. It's bigger, but the brackets are still the same. 2 from each 4 quadrant make it out. It's all the next episode opens with the only note I have is the ref's voice is funny.
The ref's voice is
funny. He's like, there are 4 quadrants going together, and we're going to have all of you split up into these 4 quadrants, and 2 finalists from each quadrant will go on to to the championship bouts, which will be a single elimination tournament.
I just wrote down the whole like no time limit until and you fight until ring out, give up or KO.
Yeah.
But they did seem to mention the possibility of dying.
Yeah.
Not that they were encouraging you to kill your opponent, but it was like they are like the tournament organizers are not responsible for your death or any sort of
they literally
serious dismemberment or injury.
Yeah. And so it definitely seems like death probably, or murder, killing your opponent probably does get you eliminated, but it's not an outside the chance possibility that it could happen.
Like on accident.
Because, I guess after last tournament where it looked like, Jackie Chun murdered Goku in the middle of the ring when he's aped out, and Goku aping out in himself is like, yeah, crazy stuff happens at these tournaments. We can't promise you won't die.
So it's like we know those two characters are almost guaranteed to come back. So let's just get ahead of the game and be like, we're not gonna pay for your life insurance.
This is in the fine print of the contract that we signed for you.
Yeah,
because they don't even have them actually sign up. They just literally tell them their names. Like, okay, you're signed up. Yeah. It's in the terms and conditions of the.
What makes me laugh about the whole sign up thing is did they really have to wait for Goku to show up? Couldn't they have just said, yeah, Goku's on his way?
Yeah, I thought that too.
Because Goku doesn't even walk up with Roshi. Roshi just leans over hey,
Goku's right there. Yeah, hey, look, there's Goku.
It's honestly, the Puar thing would have worked if you just kept Puar at a distance. Or even if you put Puar up to the table.
Could go up to
the dude probably wouldn't even recognize Goku.
Yeah. Yeah, he would.
Well, he might because Goku was a finalist.
Yeah, the whole thing is you just have Roshi walk up and talk for him. Be like,
yeah,
this is Goku. He's competing. He's got a little bit of a sore throat. Yada yada. He'll be good by tomorrow. And that's it. That's all you have to do. And then when Goku gets there, it's like, boy, you were late. We had to sign you up. Then the next thing I have is their eyes meet. It's time for a battle because we see Goku and Tien looking at each other from across the room, and Tien's like, "That's that kid," and Goku's like, "I remember that three-eyed monster over there." And their eyes meet. It's time for a Pokemon battle.
He tried to hurt my new friend I made.
Yeah, and then the next thing is just the whole silly ref voices where I put that in at. And then we jump to what the heck are we doing here? That was the next note where we're in Yamcha's battle and the guy just throws 3 planks of wood up in the air and punch and it's like, okay, and
I was like, is that supposed to intimidate him? And I guess like with what Tien says in that moment, he's talking about some people mistake technique for overconfidence. I'm like,
yeah.
I guess the guy thought that Yamcha was showing off. He was like, I've got to show off now. That's the only explanation for it, and I was like,
because before it happens, Yamcha does this elaborate yoga stretch pose to get into position for the fight.
Yeah,
and so I guess in that way he's like, whoa, this guy looks good. I gotta try to spook him.
He's trying to intimidate me, but I'm not intimidated. I'm gonna intimidate him.
And 3 planks of wood in the hair. Boom, 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 boom. What do you think about that?
Yeah. And then Yamcha just does the whole
replay it 3-time punch.
Replay it. Does the whole displacement
yeah.
after he does the whole after image and just slaps him in the face.
Yeah.
And it replayed thrice.
And then we see Krillin just literally in his fight against Andre the Giant. Anton the Great. He gets grabbed and Yamcha's like, oh no, that's the end for him. And then Krillin's like, oh no, I'm gonna die. Just kidding.
I was acting. I thought it was pretty good actor.
And that's one of my favorite lines from Krillin, in the whole show so far, is him being like, before I started pursuing martial arts, I thought I would even give my hand at acting, but, and it's just such, it's so Krillin, disseminated Krillin, and that, with that first fight, where he's so sure of himself. But at least in this point, he's able to back it up by this point. He's been training for.
Just goes boom.
He's been training for 4 years at this point. He can actually back up his intimidation, his overconfidence.
I guess his confidence. Overconfidence and implies that he can't back it up. Yeah. So I guess it's his intense self.
I think he's overconfident in the long run, but in the short term battle, he's just perfectly measured confidence.
Yeah.
Because he just straight up grabs Anton and throws him over his shoulder by one finger.
Yeah, because it feels safe that they're not going to if they're going to let any 2 characters meet in the preliminaries. This would be a soft prediction. This is an official prediction, but if they're going to let any 2 characters meet in the preliminaries, it's probably Chiatsu and Krillin.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to meet in the preliminaries
Because
I don't think
there's only
pops.
7. There's only 7 main characters we know of.
Yeah.
And there are 8 preliminary round champions.
Plots where there's because there's an upper and lower of each division, and those 2 people are fighting their own brackets to get to the top. Once you're in the top 2, you get put into the main bracket.
Yeah.
The final bracket, I guess.
Yeah. So basically, it's like you have 4 sections, and you have it's like creating the Elite 8 in the playoff.
Yeah.
In the March Madness.
Yeah, where you bring out the top 2.
You didn't have the regional final and then the final 4.
Yeah, and that's kind of what is going on here. But we won't have a regional final. They're all going to be put into a bracket and probably redrawn because that's what happened last time.
Yeah. But that's the effect of it.
But then we actually get a square off between Tien and Chiatsu, where we learn Chiatsu's name, and Goku and the boys hanging out. And the jabs that are getting thrown during this talk between Yamcha and Tien is pretty great. They are throwing verbal jabs back and forth at each other the entire time. I was like, this is good. This is a good trash talk. Nothing is crossing the line. Nobody's making fun of each other's mamas. It's just good old fashioned. I can kick your butt. Well, guess what? I can kick your butt. But
I'll let you try. And then Jackie Chun coming over
ladies,
don't get kicked out of the tournament.
Yeah. But then we smashed it.
If I let you guys get kicked out of the tournament, Yamcha, my cousin would kill me.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Jackie. I forgot. We'll keep it under control.
Yeah, we'll keep it in.
And Tien's like, I don't give a crap, but I'm also gonna walk away now.
I don't give a crap, but I like to legally beat your butt. I like to legally.
Eventually, we're gonna. If you're as good as you say you are, we're gonna meet in the finals. If not before then. So let's just let this go.
Let's just keep it going. Keep it real.
But then we cut back to Bulma and the gang that are not part of the tournament, minus Roshi because he's still in the bathroom. Because apparently he ate some bad food on the plane and he has diarrhea this whole
Well, he
tournament.
probably ate bad food at the restaurant.
Oh, yeah. And so, yeah,
I think he got bad noodles or something.
So he's in the tournament, or he's in the bathroom for most of the tournament, it seems to be. But that doesn't stop us from having another decrepit old man come over and perv out on our main girls.
And
Shin fills the role of Roshi at this point, where he's like, "Hey, there's some pretty girls over there. You might get away from.
Go harass them because I'm a creepy old man."
Roshi's a creepy old man, but me, I'm fabulous. You should come be a part of my team. We can all go hang out back. You know what I'm saying? And
I love the how this implies that there's a chance. Obviously, there's a chance they're just creepy old men, but there is a chance they learned how to be creepy old men by their master.
Yeah,
because their master is a creepy old man.
It's the whole picture of the parents shouting at the kid, and then the kid turning into a grown up and shouting at his kid, and then his kid is Goku, so he's just playing video games the whole time and it's not hitting him at all. He's got headphones on, so the Goku's like, "I'm great."
It's really what it feels like.
It's really just that.
I like that. I want that to be. That's my headcanon. Is they learn how to be creepy old men from their creepy old man master.
Who knows? Maybe we'll see their master in a flashback sometime.
I mean, knowing Dragon Ball in flashback, we probably will meet him in 25 episodes. This would be a good guess.
One piece of note is when we get to the Tien fight. When Goku, they're all like, "Tien can't be that strong. You fought him, right, Goku?" And he's like, "He's really strong." But Goku's smile while talking about how good Tien is just peak Goku, where he's like, "This guy's really strong. I can't wait to fight him."
Everyone else, everyone's like, "Man, Goku, please confirm with us." He's like, "No, you're probably gonna lose."
Yeah.
He's actually really good.
We all might lose. I don't even know if I can beat him, and that's exciting. It really reminds me. I've been rewatching Super, and there's a part in Super where Goku goes and fights some god or something, and they're like, Goku's like, "I don't think I can win." Or it's like when they first hear about him, there's some other people that are like deities that are friends with Goku, and they're like, "We can't let Goku and this guy meet, because if they meet, they're gonna fight and it's gonna ruin the world." And Goku's like, "What do you mean? There's a guy out there that I can fight that might be stronger than me? I can't wait. Let's go find him." It's literally that, where Goku's like, "Oh, Tien, he's really strong. I can't wait to fight him again. He might kill me. I don't know." It's literally.
I trust my friends to find all the Dragon Balls and bring me back.
Yeah. But that's literally, like, that's my last note outside of there's a stupid freaking cliffhanger. Dag, nabbit. I just want to get to the next fight already.
Now, now that we're actually into, like, actual plot moments, not saying that, like, the last couple episodes weren't plot, but they were, like, filler episodes to kind of link the time frame.
Yeah.
It's like, now that we're back into, like, okay, each
proper.
episode, like, has an overarching plot.
Yeah,
we're going to be start hitting these cliffhangers.
Yeah, they're not, like, they're not one-offs. They're all building on each other in a tournament. Because, like, there was plots in every episode we've watched, but they haven't been, like, we haven't had really a big one like this since the Baba, like, when the fighting the five fighters.
And Baba had some cliffhanger.
Yeah. But that's all the notes I have. I don't know if you have any more, Jesse.
No, I mean, we kind of hit all the points. I think we wrote down most of the same notes, like, in different fashions.
Yeah, we both kind of hit on the same points, but differently.
Yeah.
So with that, I guess we should start moving into our predictions. Jesse's predictions from the previous two episodes for these episodes were, we're going to get introductions for the tournament, which we do. We get the introductions. We don't get Chiatsu at the start of the first episode, but we do get Tien's name. We get Tien name dropped. Yeah. So we get introductions. We also meet Shin. Goku gets their last moment. Yes. And Roshi meets the other peer and pupils. Yes. Mm-hmm. This sets up a new rivalry. Yes, but I think you were thinking it was going to be Goku and Tien, and it's actually Yamcha and Tien, it seems. Like, Goku wants to be Tien's rival, but right now Tien's focused on Yamcha because
it's kind of an overarching, because, like, I mean, it's like it's a dojo rivalry as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's
and
like,
then,
you can take it in multiple different ways with setting up new rivalry.
Yamcha struggles in the prelims. That does not happen. You at that point you were throwing, like, out on the wall, being like, I know Yamcha becomes the punching bag of the show eventually.
Hey,
I've seen the meme.
We're not fully done with the prelims yet, so that could still come
true.
But
But you were only saying it for these two episodes because you saw the name Preliminary Peril, which you assumed was about Yamcha, but really it's about Goku and that cliffhanger. Like, that's my reading on what the episode was about.
You can either do that, or it's the whole, like, they wanted to start fighting Tien and stuff.
Yeah, I will tell you, Jesse, you already have missed one of your arc predictions. Because you had the prediction that Jackie Chung returns as a fan. He did not return as a fan. He returned as a fighter. So therefore, you already missed it.
Wait a minute, I kind of forgot I said that.
And then you said that Goku is in the World Martial Arts Tournament. He's going to fight one of Tien Shinhan's pupils. Because you put that one, and then you put the second one as Tien is either the trainer or the small white one. Which both of those are also wrong. The only prediction for the arc you have left is Goku wins the tournament. So you pushing all your chips in on that one. You blew through fourth of your arc predictions in the first two episodes, which is rapid time for you. That is record timing. You actually blew through both of those in the first episode. All three of them in the first episode.
Hey, you know what?
Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss.
I always say it. I just gotta get one.
Yeah.
Gotta get one.
You got one left to get there, so.
I think we're definitely building up to Goku's probably gonna win this tournament. Yeah. Honestly, we're probably building up to Tien fights Jackie Chun, and Goku has to fight Chiatsu or Krillin in like the semis, and then Goku has to fight Tien in the final.
Yeah, I definitely see a Tien Goku final. That feels like it's coming.
And then at that point, like, they're not gonna let Goku lose another final against not Jackie Chun.
Yeah,
you would think,
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll find out, But before we get there, we have 2 episodes next week that we'll be watching, and they're named. Then there were 8, and Yamcha versus Tien. What do you think are going to happen in those 2 episodes?
Well, then there were 8. Let's start off first. It's the funny one.
Yeah.
Goku's gonna beat. Was it King Choppa?
Yeah.
King Choppa in like the first 15 seconds.
Goku beats King Choppa immediately.
Like, he just beats him immediately. And then obviously, I think I'm gonna say the final 8 are going to be Goku, Tien, Jackie Chun, Krillin, Yamcha, Chiaotzu, and then.
Our final 8 are the named characters plus 1.
Plus someone else.
Yeah, I mean that's
plus Bacterian.
Plus Bacterian. We're throwing it out there.
Yeah,
we're all on. Oh, we forgot to talk about it when we saw the giant. We really did think it was Bacterian for the first.
Like when he was
stomp. We're like, oh, that's Bacterian. But I saw the shoe and I was like, there's no way Bacterian would wear a shoe. I mean, Bacterian. But I was holding out hope maybe Bacterian changed his ways. Maybe he shaved.
Maybe he cleaned himself up.
He cleaned himself up. He got 3 years to train.
It would be a funny way to bring him back. That he's clean, but he sucks at fighting now.
No, he clean, but he's good at fighting now. He's actually a skilled fighter, but he's he doesn't use his dirty tricks anymore. Pun fully intended. Jesse, but is that so? You think that was for them? There were 8.
The Bacterian part was a joke. Please don't write that down.
I put +1.
Yeah.
Your second one was Yamcha versus Tien. That's the second episode.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, absolutely. If not the entire episode, a bulk of that episode is just Yamcha and Tien.
Yeah, I definitely think that the bulk of the episode is going to be them fighting.
I feel like I'd be stupid not to say that.
Yeah.
With that title.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like that's the layup for this one.
And I think the layup from what we're thinking of, Tien's going to win that fight.
Yeah.
Just because you could just smell a Goku Tien final.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that, it'd be kind of crazy to introduce these 2 new characters that are supposed to be really strong and have Yamcha win. And that's not a dig against Yamcha, but we're gonna see Goku fight.
Goku is the main character of the show.
Yeah, so
you're gonna have the main character fight the new main antagonist.
For
this tournament.
You can't have it any other way. But I guess with all our predictions out of the way, Jesse, what was your worst part?
I don't know. I guess some of the cliffhanger sucks, but cliffhangers happen. I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah. Freaking screw that cliffhanger. It's my worst part.
I'm just kidding. It's kind of hard because all the pervy moments that happen in here are kind of funny and refreshing. They're kind of refreshing because
we went a while with
Roshi gets immediately punished.
Yeah,
and
we
it's
also
not Roshi.
And we also got a subversion of the expectations with Roshi, and from what I thought was going to happen on the airplane.
At the airplane,
it was Roshi was able to control himself in that moment.
Yeah, but and then it's. It's in a weird way. It's nice to see not just Roshi being a perv in the show.
And it's not Bulma's bad day where we find out Dr. Briefs is also a perv.
Yeah.
So that I can take that Shin. It brought up a funny point where maybe Shin and Roshi were trained by the same trainer who also a fun fact that just crossed my brain, by the way. Shin, I'm pretty sure, is the name of the bad guy peacock or bad girl peacock from Kung Fu Panda 2.
I don't think it's a dude.
Okay. But, we have Shin the crane, we have Shin the peacock.
Yeah.
It's oh, no.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
That just popped in my brain. I'm like, birds are named Shin now. That's all I've got. But as far as worst part, I mean, it's hard to come up with one in these ones. There's nothing that stands out as bad. I guess the only thing I can think of is animal abuse or the midget slur. They don't like to be called midgets. And those are kind of as a joke because it's whatever.
Yeah.
But little people don't like to be called midgets, so that would be a bad part. But that's just aging poorly.
And then I guess if I was to say it, being a nitpicker and a stickler for the rules, how the sumo wrestler not get disqualified?
Yeah,
come on, man.
Why is the sumo wrestler allowed to fight?
Why is he above? You know what? They probably tried to kick him out, and then when they went to grab him, they sunk into his stomach, and disappeared.
My thought on it is, honestly, I think it could have made it better, where Tien doesn't even have to fight his first round, so we don't even see his skill level.
Yeah.
We don't see it for a little bit longer. It's literally Tien.
Keeps you on edge.
Yeah, it's how strong actually is Tien? We know he's strong enough to be weakened Goku weakened by hunger Goku. But is he really all that? Because we also saw Yamcha be weakened by hunger Goku. Yeah. So maybe he's only on Yamcha's level. You know what I mean?
Pre-training Yamcha level,
or even post-training Yamcha level.
Yeah.
Maybe those guys are close. But that didn't happen. So I think I'll piggyback on that with you. Is that
why didn't I get disqualified?
Because it could have led to more fun and intrigue. Where it's guess we won't get to see what he's got right now.
Yep.
Move on, and then it leaves more mystery for how strong he actually is.
It feels like a cop out, but there's not a whole lot here that I hate.
Yeah, there's nothing particularly all that bad in these episodes. Yeah. These are solid, good episodes. Good, solid episodes. Not average.
These have a very high floor.
Yeah, they're
the ceiling isn't drastically much higher than the floor, but the floor is so high that it's everything's good.
the start of the arc is always going to be pretty well, unless you're Bulma's bad day.
Yeah.
Which was the start of that arc.
Yeah,
It honestly was the tone setter for that arc complete, but we're not getting back into that.
So far,
Jesse,
on our tier list, that is the worst arc so far.
what is your best part, though, Jesse?
Dude, best part, honestly, I'm a sucker for just seeing everybody get back together. Like, it was so nice to see everybody get back together.
Seeing the family get back together, the gang.
And if I'm not going to pick that, I assume I'm going to mention what you're probably about to pick, which is the Krillin, like, I'm so hurt. And then he like just beats him.
You know my boy K. Krillin is my best part.
But I'll take the family reunion.
You know my boy Krillin is my best part. I love my boy K. Krillin. That boy is great. That boy nice with it, you know? He's like, oh no, I'm getting squeezed. Was my acting good? Did you really think I was going to lose? Throw. It's over. I love it. It makes me happy every time we get a cool Krillin moment, because Krillin being cool makes me feel happy.
The depressing part about getting a cool Krillin moment is, it's immediately going to come back down to Earth in the next couple of episodes.
Yes. But we're not there yet. So, thank you guys all for listening to us. You can reach out to us at becomingsaiyans@gmail.com. You can follow us on Becoming Saiyans Pod on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, and on TikTok. You can also, we'd very much love it if you would download, subscribe, rate, review, share us with your friends. That would make us very happy, because it really does help get us out to more people. And we've been noticing the last couple of weeks that our views have been getting better, and we love that. But we don't also want to just stop there. We would love to see it get even bigger. And that's just a selfish bit, but it's also really nice to have a community of people who are listening to you. So I love that.
Like, it's really encouraging to see the numbers start going up.
Yeah.
And, like, we were talking, it's like, we're seeing numbers go up. We're not seeing a lot of, like, physical engagement. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is, like, people are taking time out of their day to listen to us.
And we're grateful for that, and it makes us feel good. It makes it releases the happy chemicals in the brain to see the number go up.
Was it the serotonin?
Yeah.
But again, it makes it feel like in a way, it stops us from feeling like we're just wasting.
We're just shouting in the void.
Our time. Yeah. Not that, like, being able to hang out with each other every week and
having scheduled hangout time is great for us.
Especially with now that in a year you'll be 30. Yeah. I'm 25 now. Yeah. Like, we're getting to that age where a lot of people, especially a lot of siblings, kind of just like, hey, how you doing every couple of weeks?
Yeah. But it's nice to have scheduled time for us. If you hear that, that's our cat, or my cat's going crazy in the background. I apologize about that.
We're almost done.
We're almost done, so we're not going to cut it, because I've been Truman.
And I've been Jesse.
And the journey continues.
Bye.